Hi, Ilona. Nice to have you back on the podcast again.
Oh, excellent. Good to be here again.
No, it's good to have you back on.
Awesome.
But yeah, we said you wanted to talk about like kind of, triathlons and mindset and things like that.
Yes. Well, I ran my first marathon, and then the next year I pushed myself and challenged myself to do the triathlon. So I have had this thought to do the marathon for quite a while, like maybe for 5 years, but I've never know how to do it. I always wanted to have some friend, to sign up with me to run alongside. So, because I had no idea what I was doing. So one friend sent me a link and said, Ilona, this is the marathon, go ahead, sign up. I know you want it for so long, go ahead, sign up for it. So not knowing how to do it. And of course, in your mind, you think that everything is so easy. If everybody done that, you can do it also. So I signed up for it. And they send me the schedules to train. So this is not easy. It's not just, you wake up tomorrow and, your marathon is tomorrow and just you're ready to go, and that's it. No, the schedule is for 16 weeks, which is 4 months. You have to train for 4 months prior to marathon, to get your body in shape. If you're the runner, if you're like doing it on a daily basis, yes, your body's already, ready. It's tuned, it's programmed this way, it's functioning right. But for the beginners who never done that before, you have to train your body little by little. Just like when you have a baby, you do not feed them like steak, correct? You feed them milk, and then when it grows, you give them a little bit of, like a soft food, and then after soft food, you say, okay, he's ready, he got the teeth out, so he's ready to do some kind of crunching. So that's why, it's important to train. So if you cheat during the training, you're not cheating them, you are cheating yourself. You are shortcutting for yourself, not for them. They don't care about whether you are doing it or not, but because you're signing the content, it's all on you now. But I would not advise anybody who has the medical conditions. You still have to be smart about it. Go check with your doctor, make sure that your body is right, built correctly, and can function and support your efforts when you're training. Because, by the end of the training, you have to run at least 20 miles, at once before the marathon itself. So you kind of gradually do it, and you have to follow it with that. So, and I took up on the challenge. It was not easy. There was the days that I wanted to, I'm like, what was I thinking? But this is what I did. I separated my thoughts, my mind from my body. My body was exhausted, but my thought was, I said, okay, do not give up. I don't care how my body feels, but my thought was telling me to push it, you can do it. And what motivated me to keep going is the results. Because I wanted that medal, I wanted to cross, I wanted to reach a milestone, I wanted to achieve something, to know that, okay, if I put my mind into something, I can do it. And it felt amazing when I crossed that finish line. And then I have my medal in here.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I know, it's so heavy, it's so cool. So it's still new, and it was a 2017. Can you see that? 2017.
Yeah.
I ran my first one, and then the year after, I don't know what I was thinking. It was, the college, the local college was hosting the triathlon. And I said, let me do it. And triathlon involves the swimming, and I don't swim. I don't know nothing about swimming. I hate swimming. I don't, when I was growing up, I had to protect my ears because I had a sinus infection so many times, and my nose.
Oh, wow.
Not go through here or here, otherwise I get kind of infected. So that fear was following me. I'm like, I can swim, but you have to swim. Swim is the first one out of 3 categories for triathlon. So it's a swimming, and then biking, and then running. So biking and running, that's easy part, compared to swimming in my mind. And and such. So that was a challenge for me. I, I remember while we were standing, doing they gave us the number. I was 32, number 32, and they put the numbers on our arms. So, and then I told the guy who was giving everybody a turn, go ahead and, go ahead swim. And I said, I cannot, I'm a slow swimmer. I don't know what am I doing. I cannot swim. So I said, I have to go last because I don't want to keep everybody behind me, when I swim, and everybody will be like, hey, girl. So I went to do last. So I was the last one to finish the swimming competition, the swimming part of it. And I was, and still, even though I was lost, there were people standing there cheering for me. Good job, girl, good job. And I could not get my head below the water. So, and I was doing like a, doggy kind of like way. And it was, even though it was embarrassing, it was, but I didn't let that embarrassment stop me to pursue my goal, to finish that. And I know there's a lot of people out there, they're afraid to do so many things because they're thinking what other people are going to think of them, how they're going to perceive them, how they're going to look at them. They're not good enough. They're not as skilled as others. I cannot do technology, for example, like others. I cannot do the business like others. I cannot speak like others. So those kind of things that I can't, we all build in our head. So if I would allow myself at that moment to give up and say, oh, I'm too embarrassed, let me just give up on the swimming part and keep going and just go home, then I will do not favor to myself. They will not remember me, they will not care me, but I will live with the consequences of my choice for that moment. So when you're afraid of something, I let fear to drive me so I can strive, so I can get better, so I can find solution in my life, how I can improve. Yes, I still can swim. I mean, I still do this, like a doggy style. I cannot do
Doggy
I
paddle,
cannot swim like Mike Peebles, right? So I cannot do this butterfly, beautiful, the gesture of it, the special style of swimming. I can, but I do not let that stop me from pursuing still my goal. And of course, when you get to the finish line, all of your struggles, all of your sufferings and embarrassment made it all worthy. So, and that's why it was not about me running, or it was not about me achieving that. It was about me pursuing and develop my character and develop the discipline in my life, and to develop something in me, this inner voice that always wanted to achieve something, to find the strength not to give up no matter what's ahead of you. And you have to accept all the failures before to achieve the goals. I was in so much pain training. I was exhausted. I was in pain. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to do nothing. I was in so much, your body is burning literally because you've never done that such things before. So, and that's why I want to use that example, that experience in my life to show me that it's okay to go through some kind of discomfort, some kind of failures in your life to achieve your goals. We will fail, because, and we will learn, we will get up, we will go do it differently. When I was burning, I applied the ice pack and it would go away. So next time when I was burning, I applied the ice pack. I knew what to do, and I just kept going. And this is my small medal from the triathlon too. So
awesome.
I keep that as a reminder for me not to quit, not to give up, because sometimes I know when I put something ahead and I'm such a driven and so determined, if things don't go my way, I get panicked and I get frustrated. And but this example just tells me, this experience, that not to give up, and you can do it. You can absolutely do it. And then I got it from the store the other day, that I keep it always in a kitchen, and I have the same one in my office. So here, this is it.
That's nice. This girl can.
This girl can. And I put it in there usually when I do my homework for my doctoral degree, and for just to accomplish some things. And every time I want to give up, I'm like, just do it. Just do it. Do not give in to your weaknesses, but use that to motivate you and to keep you going. So, and that's the thing that I've used that as to motivate me to be. So.
Yeah, no, I think that's really good. You know what you've done, like you said, like not to be held back by your fears,
Yes.
and I think it can be easy to be held back by your fears if you're not careful at times, especially things that are uncomfortable. And I think it's good that you have those reminders there to kind of
Yes.
keep you in check. As a reminder, as you can do whatever you set your mind to, and as to have it there, it's important, isn't it? And you can
Yes.
share that with other people.
Yeah. Yeah. And I tell everybody, it's not always easy, but at the end, it's gonna be worth it. Whatever we put in our mind, it's, if it was so easy, everybody would have done that, correct? If everybody wanted to be a millionaire, if it was that easy, everybody would be a millionaire. But it's a hard work. People who achieve their dreams, they're going through a lot of hard work. They're persistent, they're determined, and they're driven. And do you think they didn't fail? They failed multiple times. I'm sure they have powerful stories to build people up with that. And so therefore, I know sometimes it seems so easy from the other side when we see the results, right? We think, oh, this lucky them, they got it. No, they're not lucky. They're blessed because they worked for it. They had the idea, they pursued that. I'm sure they had lots of that, lots of other hurdles in their lives, lots of obstacles, lots of pain, lots of maybe tears, and some betrayals from the partners, from the even family members. Sometimes they don't believe in their dreams. So there's a lot of things that is happening that they went through. So
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think, like you said, when those hard times happen, I think like it builds that that resilience in a person as
yes.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean we've spoken about things on previous podcasts that we've had where you've spoken about. I won't go too much into it, but where you talk about like there was no electricity and stuff like that, and you had to do your homework when it was daytime, and
Mm-hmm.
going to get bread and queuing and all of these different things have helped build that resilience in you as a person.
Yes.
And like
Yes.
for me, like I've never experienced anything like that, but yeah, it all goes hand in hand, doesn't it? Like at the time it might not seem very good, but like
Mm-hmm.
over time we can be quite thankful for those like experiences.
Yeah. Yeah. Life is our biggest teacher, whether we learn from it or repeat from it, but we learn better, when we live. We have to live through the experience to understand, to grow, to develop, to, just to experience everything in our life. So it's important to allow life happen. But
Yeah.
sometimes, some people say, well, this is just my luck. No, whatever we say, it's very powerful. What we say, the words influence our thoughts. So, and that's why when I was doing my training, I was telling myself, the failure is not the options. You are not stopping it. You are not stopping it. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. You have to run the marathon. So I was doing the affirmation. Even like I said, my body was completely aching doing that stuff, especially in the beginning. In the end, it was excruciating. So there's a lot of professional athletes could tell you like lots of their stories and their advice about how to run, what to do. But you know what, unless you did that yourself, those their advice will not make sense.
Yeah.
You will think, oh my gosh, yeah, because they've done it, of course it's easy for them to say. But of course some of the advice didn't make sense to me, and it didn't work until I got it into myself. For example, I was struggling to see what should I eat before marathon. Some athletes would say you have to pile yourself up with lots of carbs before. So just make sure you eat lots of carbs, because carbs is the fuel. The fuel for, it's energy, right? It's a form of energy, and our brain is function on our carbs. So and that's what they said. The day before, just fill yourself up. Some athletes said just eat however you usually eat. So just follow your body. And what I did, I actually listened to my body. The day before, I didn't want to pig out and eat so much carbs, like pasta, these kind of things. I didn't feel like it. I felt like I had to allow my body to tell me what it wants. So I ate. I usually would eat, and in the morning, I had a small breakfast and started my marathon.
Yeah.
That's it. So like regular, nothing happens. So for some, the tip works, for some doesn't. So that's why I'm telling that not everybody's tip, there's always suggestion, there's always a rule of thumb, there's always such a practical thing that you have to listen. But until you go through that, it's hard for you to sometimes understand what they're telling you. So that's what happens in our lives. For some, their a theory works, but for whatever works for you may not work for me, right? And whatever works for me may not work for you. And that's why we have to find our own path in our lives and follow that.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I think, like what we spoke about, with the things that, you achieved in the triathlon, and pushing through your comfort zone, and, going through those motions, it's really motivating, inspiring, and I think people can take a lot from the things that we talked about today.
Yes, absolutely. So, well, I'm very excited. So thank you so much for having me in there. So hopefully somebody else got inspired, or just wanted to let them know not to give up, and use your words wisely to motivate you. Tell how amazing you are, that you can do it. Do not let your doubts to get the best of you. Go achieve your dreams and go for it. Go get your medal.
Yeah, no, exactly. I completely agree. And the really, really, real words, and I completely agree. But where can people find you on social media again? It's
I'm on the LinkedIn. I'm on the LinkedIn as ILONA. Parunakova. So good luck finding me.
Yeah.
It's a very long, it's a Russian last name, so it's a long one. So
it's
I'm on, or they can
Ilona.
just go through you. Yeah, so they can go through you or through you, and
I'll put your link in the profile so people can see anyway.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. So it will be easier this way.
Yeah. But no, it's great talking to you again, Ilona.
Yes, thank you, Adam, so much. I appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
I will. Thank you. You too.